Before we start, I need your help in bringing this video to 15 quintillion likes. Now, I know that sounds outrageous and ridiculous when you don't even know if this video is going to be good. I mean, it could be complete shit. It could be absolute trash, but please, smash that motherfucking like button, because I need it to boost my ginormous ego. I mean, I only have 561 subscribers after all. But no, seriously, could you please like this video? I have very low self-esteem and I need validation to make myself feel better, so if you guys could just, like this video, that would be great. Thanks. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Boy, do I have a treat for you today, Space Rangers. I have come across what is quite possibly, in my opinion, the most condescending video on the internet. And it's made by a guy named EmpLemon's, who's most well known for doing YouTube poops. And he made an expose, analysis, whatever, on Behind the Meme, decrying him for ruining the so-called Memescape. Ooh, YouTube drama, so great, so juicy. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Oh yeah, and before we start, I just want to note that the video is over 32 minutes long. So, I'm not going to cover the whole thing, I'm just going to cover the most relevant points. Now that we got that out of the way, let's jump right in. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
So the premise of this YouTube channel is to host an educational series about memes. Okay, not a completely original idea, but okay. 2016 was a big year for memes, and there was definitely a market for a series discussing and analyzing memes.
Which is why Anthony Fantano started the Meme Review.
Oh wait, we're talking about Behind the Meme. Well, I'm sure there's room for a second meme discussion series on YouTube, but instead of being knowledgeable, or interesting, or well edited, or respectful of meme culture like Anthony Fantano, Behind the Meme decided to take the route of presenting his content in the most generic and bland way possible. Eye-catching thumbnails.
Oh boy, this video is already off to a bad start. That doesn't tell me anything on why Behind the Meme is supposedly bad. He uses eye-catching thumbnails. I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of YouTubers use eye-catching thumbnails. They use them because they want people to watch their videos. It's as simple as that. And come on, EmpLemon's, you're one to talk about eye-catching thumbnails. If we're going by your logic, anyone that uses an eye-catching thumbnail is generic, including yourself, because this is what your entire channel consists of. Nothing but eye-catching thumbnails. Hypocrisy much? Now, yes, I know, this is one bad point, and we have a lot more ground to cover, so you know what, EmpLemon's, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. What else have you got?
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me!
Stock photos and music.
Again, that tells me nothing, that explains nothing. Oh, he uses stock music. You mean the royalty-free music that most YouTubers use in their videos so they don't have to deal with the hassle of getting content ID claims from using copyrighted music? And stock photos? Really? If you have issues with these, that's fine, but again, that doesn't tell me anything on why Behind the Meme is bad. This is the telltale sign of a bad expose, when you're having to reach to find anything bad to say about the person you're talking about. And honestly, if you're trying to convince me that Behind the Meme is bad, then you're doing a pretty horrible job of it so far. This just comes off as nitpicky and incredibly damn petty, in my opinion.
Simple and slow editing, the patronizing YouTuber voice, and every video feels like an identical template with an interchangeable topic. He decides to employ all of these techniques because Behind the Meme is interested in targeting normies.
Fucking normal.
So, because Behind the Meme targets his show towards normies, people that don't really know about memes and people that want to learn more about them, that makes him bad? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. That's not completely stupid, that's not, condescending or insulting. No. Because normies need to suck a dick because they don't understand anything about memes. Oh, and on a side note, I apologize for the constant ear rape in memes. Could you just seriously cut that out, EmpLemon's? Look, I get that you're trying to do this in an attempt to be entertaining, but there's a difference between entertaining and just being an annoying prick. Okay? Like, I wouldn't mind if these were used sparingly, but the fact that they're spammed every 15 seconds gets really grating and annoying. Seriously, he uses this so much that you're gonna want to tear your hair out. And I guess you're one of the people that thinks random equals funny, so you just throw a bunch of random shit at the screen to compensate for the fact that you aren't funny. Anyways, let's just continue.
And since normies like unchallenging, basic, and repetitive content, that's what Behind the Meme supplies.
What a great way to get normal people on your side. Insult their intelligence by calling them stupid and unintelligent. That's surely gonna go over well. That's surely gonna get normies on your side. Look, if Behind the Meme wants to teach and educate people that don't know anything about memes, then I don't really see anything wrong with that. We're talking about memes, funny phrases that people spread across the internet. It's not fucking rocket science. And the fact that you're taking this so seriously is honestly pretty laughable. If anything, it just makes you look like a de facto lolcow.
Because what I see while looking at Behind the Memes content in a vacuum is not a good YouTuber, not a bad YouTuber, but a mediocre YouTuber. Like the kind of kid who sits in class and does just enough to get a C-. He knows that if he applied himself, he could probably get a solid B, or maybe even an A-. But no, he would just rather not spend the extra effort or passion. Because hey, a C- is a passing grade after all. C is average, the middle of the bell curve, which, not so coincidentally, is where his fan base lies.
I wasn't lying when I said this is the most condescending video on the internet. What you're doing here is that you're not making normal people feel welcome, you're not getting them to understand your point of view. What you are doing is essentially dividing the community. You're trying to make memes this super exclusive club that nobody else can have any fun or enjoyment, only the outsiders that understand it. Shouldn't you be happy that memes have become popular and mainstream and that more people are embracing them and are understanding them and are learning about them? I honestly question if you were even a fan of memes to begin with, because to me, you seem like you only liked them when they were this super obscure underground thing, and now that they've become mainstream and popular, you're now trying to turn against it because you view it as tainted. I don't know, this is beginning to sound less like an expose and more like a vacuum of pettiness because Behind the Meme is simply far more popular than him. Some people will disagree with me on that, and that's fine, but that's just how I see it.
So let's actually look at one of his videos and see just how mediocre Behind the Meme is at actually doing his channel's self-professed purpose and educating people about memes. We're gonna watch the one about YouTube poops. Why? Because
Boy, I've been making fucking YouTube poops for 7 years. I know my fucking shit, okay?
let's see how much Behind the Meme knows. Now, I'll admit, when I first saw this video in my feed, I actually got pretty excited. This guy's got a pretty big fan base, so it'll be great to expose them to YouTube poops. But then I actually watched the video and my enthusiasm went on a downward spiral.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to Behind the Meme.
So the video starts off with 30 seconds of intro processions that are copy and pasted between every video.
Here we go. YouTube poop, YouTube poop, YouTube poop.
Then another minute of beating around the bush with corny jokes without actually explaining anything. And then finally, 1 minute and 30 seconds in, we get Behind the Meme's definition of YouTube poop.
So let's have a look at a couple definitions.
Which he literally reads verbatim off of Know Your Meme and Wikipedia. Come on, dude, at least be discreet about your complete lack of knowledge or effort for researching this topic.
Holy shit! An actual good point. I never thought it would come. Now look, this video is pretty terrible, and I'm gonna make no effort to hide that, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. He actually does bring up a very good point here. Yes, I will agree in the fact that Behind the Meme should have done a lot more research on memes in general before tackling a video about memes, because Know Your Meme and Wikipedia are not exactly the best sources of information when it comes to memes. Then again, they're not exactly the best sources of information when it comes to, well, anything.
So for the next minute or so, he just summarizes the Know Your Meme page on YouTube Poops, which, by the way, is extremely outdated. And during this whole time, he's just showing basic reaction GIFs and stock images, when he could be showing, I don't know,
Actual YouTube poops?
Keep that point in mind because it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass later on.
He literally said like a minute earlier that YouTube poops were super duper hard to explain.
Trying to say is defining YouTube poop is kind of possible, but at the same time impossible.
So why not show some instead of just explaining them? But wait, showing YouTube poops would put you at a tiny risk of getting copyright claimed. Can't have that happen. So I guess you might as well give your fans as little visual information as possible about this incredibly complex topic which you're describing on your educational YouTube channel. So then he gets to the part where he goes over poopisms.
Some of the defining poopisms that the videos use are ear rape, which is the process of making the audio loud to the point of distortion.
Wow, what an ear rape you pulled off.
Crank that shit up, you fucking pussy!
Oh wait, you don't want to hurt the ears of your oh so fragile normie fan base. If you used actual ear rape, people might unsubscribe. Oh, by the way, that reminds me.
Can you unsubscribe?
So then
There's a reason he doesn't go full-on ear rape, because he's being sensitive towards the audience. Most people don't like ear rape. Some think it's utterly annoying, like myself, while others have very sensitive ears. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like to watch a YouTube video without having to worry about their ears being blasted out. So, because he doesn't go full-on ear rape, that makes him bad. He's still displaying one of the common tropes of YouTube poops. So, what's your point here? Because he's not cracking it up at full volume? That makes him a pussy? Yeah, that makes sense. Seriously, how would you like it if I conducted the rest of the video like this?
Right now I scream loudly into the microphone so you can understand my point correctly.
That would get pretty annoying after a while, am I right?
So then he mentions reversing and stutter loops, techniques which have literally been around since World War II. Seriously, everyone knows this shit already. How about mentioning some more nuanced techniques like sentence mixing?
And also sentence shifting.
Sentence shifting.
You have got to be f***ing kidding me.
So he continues reading off of Know Your Meme until, finally, he shows a YouTube poop! Whoa! And it's hot on our tail. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against this YouTube poop. It's a really important part of YouTube poop history, but imagine the people in Behind the Memes audience who have never seen a YouTube poop before in their entire lives, and this is the first YouTube poop they see, from which they have to conceptualize what all other poops are like. It's the equivalent of taking someone who has no idea what an automobile is, and in order to demonstrate an example of one, you show them the 1886 Mercedes-Benz patent motor wagon.
He does make another good point here. I will agree in the fact that he should have used more than one YouTube poop. If anything, he probably should have used 4 or 5, just so people would understand the basic concept behind it. Comparing memes to cars, using that whole analogy, that was kind of a far reach. I understand what you're trying to say, but it's just really, really weird. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, it's technically an automobile, and it's really important to the history of automobiles, but to a person who knows nothing about automobiles, it looks awkward and stupid, and makes them question why anyone likes automobiles at all. That's the type of impression Behind the Meme is giving by literally only showing one poop as an example and nothing else. And then he talks for a bit about YTP and Vs and says they're
The same concept as the regular poop edits, but only with the addition of music.
which is a gross overgeneralization.
If the people that watch Behind the Memes video and have somewhat of a basic concept of what a YouTube poop is by the one that he showcased, then surely they'll be able to understand YouTube poop music videos. Because what they'll see in a YouTube poop is that it's very weird, silly, crazy, and over the top and completely nonsensical. And it's pretty much the same thing with music added, so he's not overgeneralizing it or misrepresenting it. That's exactly what it is. What he's saying is exactly what's described. That's exactly what a YouTube poop music video is. So your whole point about it being a gross overgeneralization doesn't really work.
Then he says YTPs are important because they're the grandfather of memes,
The YouTube poop videos are kinda like the grandfather of today's memes.
which is also inaccurate in pretty much every aspect and demonstrates a complete lack of knowledge about the true depth of internet meme history. And that's the end of the video. 6.5 minutes. 4 minutes of which were actually spent discussing YouTube poop. And through all of it, he didn't actually explain anything. If anything, he actually made people more ignorant to what YTP actually is. All he did was read some definitions and define some terms off of an outdated web page. There's pretty much no analysis whatsoever. He mentions nothing about different styles and methodologies, how YouTube poops are entertaining, the incredible evolution of the medium over the past decade.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
The best aspect of Anthony Fantano's reviews is that he knows his shit. Whether it's a music or meme review, you get a strong impression that Anthony Fantano knows what the fuck he's talking about. And that's the primary reason why me and a lot of other people respect him so much.
I won't disagree with you when you say Anthony Fantano is a good content creator, because he is a very good content creator, so I won't criticize you for that. However, what I will criticize you for is the fact that you say he knows his shit and he knows what the fuck he's talking about, but you don't showcase any examples of how he knows his shit. Now don't get me wrong, I am in no way questioning his knowledge of meme culture. I'm pretty sure he knows a lot about meme culture. But when you say, yeah, Anthony Fantano knows his shit, he knows what the fuck he's talking about, that doesn't tell me anything, and it certainly doesn't tell the viewing audience anything. Mostly because there's a small subset of the audience that doesn't know who the fuck Anthony Fantano is. So showcasing an example here would have helped. What really annoys me about this is the fact that you criticized Behind the Meme for doing this earlier in the video, and yet you do the exact same shit. If you're going to proclaim that somebody is better than somebody else, and you say they know their shit, then you need examples to support your arguments. You can't just say, yeah, they know their shit, and just leave it at that. That doesn't tell anyone anything, and it's silly. This video is over 32 minutes long, and you couldn't have fit in an example here and there. You couldn't have fit in one example to showcase what you're talking about so people actually believe you. This is not only lazy, but this is practically inexcusable.
So when he notices this guy called Behind the Meme, who doesn't actually know jack shit about memes, make a series very similar to his, and people are actually listening to him and watching his content, he gets upset. So Anthony Fantano decides to release the equivalent of a diss track.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you just went soft.
I like memes, you guys. Please accept me. This is the part of the video where I regurgitate information I found on Know Your Meme, but you're so stupid, you think I researched it. And please make sure you subscribe so you can watch my next video, because Lord knows nobody is watching my videos on my other YouTube channel. This is really my last-ditch effort at YouTube relevance, guys, so please. God, please.
And I'll admit, he fucking hammers Behind the Meme here. It's more savage than fucking Randy.
So, you showcased Anthony Fantano roasting Behind the Meme. Wonderful, terrific, that's great and all, but how the fuck does this correlate to him knowing anything about meme culture? You're not elaborating, you're not explaining jack shit. If you're trying to convince people that Anthony Fantano knows anything about meme culture, then you're doing a pretty horrible job of it. Seriously, all you've done is go on and on and on and on about how Anthony Fantano knows his shit, without showing any examples, and you showcased a response where he roasts Behind the Meme in savage fashion, and that's it. That's not telling anybody anything. How are they going to know that he actually knows anything about meme culture? Seriously, if a normal person watches this video, assuming that they've gotten this far, they're probably going to be like, what the fuck is he even talking about? How does this convince me that he knows anything about meme culture? I'm lost. Seriously. And this is where that example would have really helped. And the fact that it's completely absent just goes to show how poorly made and how poorly conceived this joke of a video actually is.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Anthony Fantano had put Behind the Meme in a lose-lose situation, but by far the most favorable route that Behind the Meme could have taken was to ignore the parody video and disassociate himself from Anthony Fantano as much as possible. But, as you might have guessed, Behind the Meme chose the worst possible outcome by directly responding through a video upload. Now, this was a stupidly bad mistake by Behind the Meme, and here's why. First of all, he immediately made an enemy out of Anthony Fantano's fans, and the fans of the meme review are generally outsiders. The people you need to like you if you want to be respected as a meme channel on YouTube.
This is by far the biggest problem that I have with this video, is his use of the term outsider. Now, this is the first time you've heard the word outsider because I've edited out the 9,000 other times he said outsider. For those of you who don't know, outsider is basically somebody that is super hardcore and knows everything about memes. Here's the thing, these outsider assholes are salty that memes are not underground anymore. They're salty that it's not exclusive. You know, memes have gone mainstream, and now they view it as tainted because they feel like it takes away from something that used to be very, very special. So basically, if you're not an outsider, if you don't know anything and everything about memes, but you want to learn more about them, it's pretty much, fuck you. You can go fuck yourself because you're just a stupid little normie that can't possibly understand. Why the fuck would anyone want to join this community? Why the fuck would anyone want to contribute to it when you're just going to be attacked and harassed simply because you're not a stupid little outsider? I'm sorry. The fact that people take funny phrases and pictures put together so seriously that they'll attack anybody that's not like them is just fucking sad. EmpLemon's is sad, and anyone that has the exact same mentality as him is fucking sad. They're just memes, okay, guys? They're just memes. There's no reason to take them this seriously.
By choosing to respond to Anthony Fantano, Behind the Meme automatically and permanently established himself as a pro-normie and anti-outsider channel. Additionally, in doing this, Behind the Meme branded himself as a competitor and rival to Anthony Fantano rather than an ally, and he basically entered a battle which he cannot win. Behind the Meme is less clever, less original, and knows less about memes than Anthony Fantano, so he can't possibly expect to come out of this on top.
So let me get this straight. You were able to showcase Behind the Meme being mediocre, but yet you weren't able to showcase why Anthony Fantano is supposedly better than him? Really? I don't know if this is laziness on your part, or you're just sucking Anthony's dick to an uncomfortable degree. You know what? I don't even know why I'm trying at this point. Fuck it. Fuck it. Who cares? This.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
So, out of everything we've covered already, this is the thing that really pissed me off the most. So this time, instead of responding to a YouTuber, Behind the Meme literally responds to a 4chan post. Like, how petty can you possibly fucking be?
This is incredibly rich coming from somebody who criticized Behind the Meme earlier in the video for his eye-catching thumbnails, his stock music, and photos, which is ridiculously petty, so it's not like you're any better in that regard.
Do you honestly have to respond to every ounce of criticism you receive on the internet? Are you that fucking insecure?
Zinzi is an attempt to get me to make a video on a meme that makes no sense and really doesn't exist, so I look like a fool and lose credibility.
Hey, Behind the Meme, here's a little bit of information that you may have missed because you weren't able to read it off of Know Your Meme. The people of 4chan hate and make fun of everybody, especially normies like you. Did you seriously expect them to welcome your bastardization of memes with open arms? Are you really that dense? Yes, there are people who will dislike you on the internet. It's an inevitability. Being upset at 4chan for being mean to you is like being mad at a bear for shitting in the woods. And the worst part is that everyone in the comments are supporting him. Way to go, Behind the Meme, you really showed them. Way to criticize a site that literally makes fun of itself. Is everybody just completely oblivious to how fundamentally flawed the message of this video is? He complains about 4chan being elitist when it comes to memes.
You see, some people on the internet like to act like elitists when it comes to memes.
Well, of course they are. 4chan ain't good for much, but they churn out some fucking good memes. The people of 4chan live and breathe memetics. Look at the way they speak, the pictures they post. No other site on the internet is as adept at utilizing memetics as 4chan. So of course they're fucking elitist about memes. Just like how Michael Jordan is elitist about basketball. When you're that good at something, you deserve to be arrogant.
You seriously just compared 4chan to Michael Jordan. That is downright insulting. Now yes, 4chan is very good at creating memes. They're very good for getting an odd laugh every now and again. They're good for the odd leak, but not much more than that. So the fact that you used 4chan as an accurate source of information for anything is laughable. But the fact that you say, oh, they have a right to be elitist about memes because when you're good at something, you have the right to be arrogant. How exactly does this prove behind the meme to be wrong? How does that prove his point to be wrong? You know, you criticize him for saying 4chan is elitist against memes, and then you prove his point to be correct by saying, yeah, 4chan is elitist against memes. Fuck this. I'm done. Fuck it. I'm done with this. I can't. I can't. I fucking hate this video. Fuck.
And then you're upset that they're complaining about you, someone who knows nothing about memes, exposing the memes that they created to an audience of normies whom they despise. And here we arrive at the main point of this video. The existence and continuation of Behind the Memes channel is dismantling and destroying the culture of memes, which has been delicately constructed over the course of 2 decades.
What the fuck is with the overreaction? You seriously, legitimately believe that Behind the Meme is ruining the culture of memes? Memes aren't this scarce, precious little thing that's suddenly going to be destroyed or go away. Like, seriously, this statement is just as hyperbolic and ridiculous as when YouTubers were saying reaction videos were going to ruin everything. And guess what? We're still here making videos. Memes aren't suddenly going to go away tomorrow. They're always going to be around. They're not going to be destroyed. Are you... EmpLemon, if you ever watch this video, please enlighten me. Do you hate Beyond the Meme? Do you hate Behind the Meme because he's actually dismantling the culture of memes? Or do you hate him because he's making them more aware to a mainstream audience, which I know is something you don't want because you and all of the other gatekeepers still want to pretend that it's an exclusive club? Newsflash, it isn't anymore.
He's acting like such a hero, such a saint. Oh, I'm educating those poor unfortunate normies who can't learn about memes for themselves, also that they don't have to feel left out.
Subscribe to Behind the Meme and never feel left out again.
I'm the good guy here. Okay there, Chief, hold the fuck up for a second. You're not devoting your time and effort to teach impoverished school children in Africa. You're talking about memes on the internet. You're not exactly humanitarian of the year here. These poor, unfortunate people you claim to be helping have access to the internet too. You do realize that. They can become an expert in any meme they want, but the truth is, they're all lazy, and they prefer to be spoon-fed with unchallenging and generic content like the normies they are.
For a medium that revolves around putting funny phrases on top of pictures, you sure are taking this far, far too seriously. I mean, you're not convincing me that you should be taken seriously at all. If anything, you're convincing me that you're a lolcow. I mean, like you said yourself, they're just memes on the internet. They're not a matter of life and death. They're not this super important, precious thing that needs to be protected. They're fucking memes. Okay, EmpLemon's, so let's just take that ego down a notch, alright?
Others shouldn't feel dumb when they see a new meme and don't exactly get the joke. Wrong.
You see, back in the day, only the most ambitious meme seekers could actually take the patience and time to learn about memes and meme culture on their own. This system allowed the meme economy to be sustainable, because the only people who had access to memes were those who were willing to actually go out and investigate them on their own. Memes were consumed more slowly, and they lasted longer. Now, thanks to Behind the Meme, everyone can have a superficial understanding of memes and overuse them as much as they want. Isn't that great? Wait, it's not. Because when everyone knows about a meme, it becomes so diluted that no one wants to use the meme anymore and it dies. You're basically inviting all these normie children to piss in our meme pool. You force everyone else to jump to cleaner water while you make your area so insufferably full of piss that eventually no one, not even normies, want to swim in them. And this just keeps happening faster and faster. The meme economy isn't sustainable anymore, and soon we're gonna run out of clean water. You have any idea how much faster memes die nowadays? For someone who claims to love memes so much, you really don't seem to care. As a matter of fact, you don't even seem to be aware of what you're doing. I like how you tell 4chan to look at the bigger picture.
But if they would take a step back and look at the big picture of things, they would see that I'm just a teacher.
As if you understand memes better than they do.
But guys, I'm totally part of your community and I have been for years.
The thing is, all those who hate on my channel should be happy it's me. I have been a part of your communities and forums for years. I am one of you.
And this is the worst part of it all, Behind the Meme, because you claim to be just like us, the outsiders. But you're not like us. You are a normie, just like your fan base.
Behind the Meme is making normal people more aware about memes, thus making it available to a mainstream audience. Oh no, we can't have that. He must be stopped. He's horrible. He's mediocre. He's ruining meme culture as we know it. I could have honestly just said that at the beginning of this video, and it would have just as strongly proved my point. But the reason I've gone through 4 hours of hell recording all of this is because it's something that you need to examine and pick apart in detail to truly understand how bad it really is.
So stop lying to us and lying to yourself. Anthony Fantano is an outsider. The people of 4chan are outsiders. You, Behind the Meme, are a normie, and it doesn't matter how much you pretend to be such a meme expert. You make it apparent that you're a normie through your bland, unchallenging, and generic videos. You try to be like Anthony Fantano, but end up being like Watch Mojo, because you lack the creativity and wit to differentiate yourself from the most ordinary, dime a dozen YouTube content clones. You are not distinct. Anyone could replace you, and half of your fans wouldn't even notice or care. And if that wasn't enough, you want everyone to be just like you. And you simply cannot fathom a world where people disagree with your flawed concept of memes, so you seek to belittle, condescend, and patronize them.
It's funny that you're bringing this up now, considering that's what you've been doing throughout this entire video. Did you even watch this video before you uploaded it? Because if you did, you would realize what a hypocrite you are. Then again, considering you're an elitist asshole, such a thought is likely never occurred to you.
And even worse is that you use this fake persona to give yourself a scrap of legitimacy towards educating people about memes when you don't know anything about them. And you end up feeding them superficial and inaccurate information, leading to even more people like you who think they know memes, but actually don't know jack shit. But hey, that's the internet for you. And on the internet, ignorance is king. I'm not opposed either to the idea of normies learning about memes.
I'm not opposed either to the idea of normies learning about memes.
I'm not opposed either to the idea of normies learning about memes. I just think you have to be careful about it and actually do a good job of explaining the memes and their context.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
This is one of the worst YouTube videos I have seen all year. It is fucking awful in every conceivable way. The arguments are incredibly flawed and in some cases don't even make any sense. He barely even elaborates and doesn't provide examples for his arguments, especially in the case of Anthony Fantano's knowledge of meme culture. The overall saltiness, the overall whininess, and just the overall condescending and mean-spirited tone throughout. Sure, he may have a few good points sprinkled in here and there, but it's not enough to offset the overall awfulness of the video. Let me make one thing crystal clear. I'm not a fan of Behind the Meme. I don't even watch Behind the Meme. So I'm not looking at this from a fanboy perspective. I'm looking at this from a bad video perspective, which is what this is. Behind the Meme is not ruining meme culture. That's ridiculous. No, EmpLemon and other gatekeepers like him are the ones that are ruining meme culture. And I'll explain why. These kind of people are not meme fans. They are surface fans. They are the kind of people that will like something just up until the moment it becomes popular, and then they ditch it because they deem it as tainted. Then they jump on the bandwagon of the next obscure and underground thing before that becomes popular, and the cycle repeats itself. It's just, all they are doing is just making YouTube poops and the Memescape two of the most toxic communities on the internet. And I understand the video's intention. I understand that it's made to try and showcase why Behind the Meme is so-called ruining the Memescape. But it doesn't really even do that. It just serves to make the meme community and the YouTube poop community look fucking awful. Because normal people will see this shit and think, oh my god, that guy is an asshole. Is everyone in this community like that? And that's what they're going to think. They're going to think that everybody in the community acts like that. Because of your actions, because you decided that you want to be a condescending prick, and you decided you wanted to be an elitist asshole. And really, you have the fucking audacity to insult normal people throughout the entire video, people that are not outsiders, calling them stupid and unintelligent and all this other shit, but yet you seriously want to say, you have the fucking audacity to say, oh, I have no problem with normies learning about memes, it just needs to be handled in the right way. No, go fuck yourself. You can't say stupid shit like that and then attempt to put the genie back in the bottle. It makes you look like a hypocrite, and it completely invalidates your entire argument. Seriously, I don't care if look, I know I'm gonna get called an outsider, an anti-outsider, I know I'm gonna get called a normie for this, but I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna tell it to you straight. I think the whole mentality of outsiders is toxic and retarded, and I think this video that Emperor Lemon made is complete fucking trash in every sense of the word. It is awful. It is bad beyond all belief. And if you like this video, that's completely fine. Maybe you can get a little bit more enjoyment than I could. But I went through hell going through this shit. And I thought it was only going to take an hour. It took like 4. I honestly, I'm speechless. I have no idea what I can really say that can really convey how I feel about this video. It's awful. It's trash. It fucking sucks. End of story. Whew. Now that I got all of that out of my system, I'm just going to end it right here. This is ThatKidDouglas, aka the Unhero, signing out. Deuces, stay frosty and keep it weird. Cue an outro sequence now.